Welcome in to the quarterfinals in this 25th SFL season. It is time for Denver and Houston, the 4-5 matchup, to grace our screens with hopefully a fantastic game. Winner moves on to Vancouver, loser goes home. Welcome into the broadcast booth, everybody. It is Mark Lopez along with myself, Chris Curtis. We are good to go and ready for what should be a fantastic matchup. Mark, bring us in.
It will be an absolutely fantastic matchup, Chris. We got two teams returning to the playoffs. Denver making it 1-1 from last season. Houston a 1-out from last season. So both teams trying to change their fortunes here tonight. But I tell you what, Chris, one of these teams are coming off of a win in the previous round. The other off of 2 straight losses in the regular season. That is Denver with the win and Houston with the 2 losses. Houston's at home, though. Can they turn around the 2 losses, Chris? I think that'll be a big question that they're going to try to answer tonight.
Yeah, hopefully we will find some answers. We got a lot of good things to get to tonight. It is Denver that's going to start with the football this evening. Houston going to play defense in their home stadium, Vipe Sports Stadium. We are underway with the SFL quarterfinals as that ball is kicked into the end zone, returned nowhere as it'll get a touchback. Out to the 20 we go for the Denver offense, led of course by Trellis Blanton. He's had a good season. Jeremy Mosley, Bailey O'Shaughnessy, the league's leading receiver in yards. We are ready for football. Single back formation for Trellis Blanton. Here we go from Houston. That is a handoff to O'Shaughnessy. He'll break a tackle and get himself 8 yards. Good first rush of the game for Bailey.
A good start for him. He leads the league in yards in the regular season. Also a pretty decent showing last week in the wild card. Chris had 24 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown in their win in the wild card.
Well, they are trying to get through this quarterfinal and go to Vancouver to take on the 1-seeded Legion, who took care of Sin City earlier tonight. That is a strong eye look. It's a handoff to the fullback, R.E. Mills, and he will have enough for the first down. The Denver offense, I would call them opportunistic. Their offense is not exactly top 10, but they find ways to win in scrappy styles, namely the turnover battle, and we'll get into that in a second. I formation, 4 wide. Tight end off to the right. That is Mike Kleinicht in the tight end spot. Over the middle, tipped and incomplete. That was very, very well done by the linebacking core for the Headhunters, as that was Jason Peace who got a piece of that.
Yep, he had 2 picks and 3 pass deflections in the regular season. One of the better pass defenders in the linebacker as an inside linebacker. It's a very rare breed nowadays, and the SFL makes a play in that one.
Empty backfield again for Denver. Move the receiver from left to right. We'll go over the receivers here in a minute. That's Michael Goodman in motion. Backing up. Looking to throw this. Blanton over the middle, and it's incomplete. Wow. That was close and nearly was a problem, but it's knocked away one more time, as that one was Chris Henry.
Yeah, Chris Henry makes a great play reading that route. I believe that was the tight end Kleinicht with the post route behind him, but he reads the quarterback's eyes to make a deflection along the path of the ball.
3rd down against the 4th best 3rd down defense in the SFL this season in Houston. Back is Blanton. Puts it to the outside. That one's caught, but it's not going to be enough, as that was a little bit of a misled throw, and it'll be a quick 3-and-out for the Denver Nightwings as they will punt this ball away.
Yeah, Kleinicht again targeted on that throw to the outside. Kleinicht did have plenty of room in front of him if he was able to run for yards over the catch there, Chris, but unfortunately a misplaced pass puts him on the ground, and it's a punt. We're talking about the number 4 3rd down defense in Houston. You know, we're talking about this prior to the game. They only allow 44.4% on the opponent 3rd down conversion. That is an insanely low number, an incredible defense, and it shows right here. First drive, punt.
And Mike St. Green on the return will get 5 yards back and bring out the offense for Houston. John Lakeman, Tino Sosa, your quarterback-halfback combo. Blue Scott, the backup in that respect. Geronimo Rivera, the fullback, along with Toby Bonitz, Mike St. Green, DR Sim, and Greg Corky in the wide receiver room. Daisy Peace, the tight end for the Houston Headhunters. They will start with an empty backfield from their own 30. Lakeman throws. Eventually, now does, left side, deep and caught towards the 49-yard line. That is right there for the Hall of Famer DR Sim.
Yeah, what we're seeing tonight, folks, is some kind of a mirror match as both teams showing out very similar styles of offense, lining up empty and first down. But DR Sim makes a nice post corner route where he breaks inside and then outside, and drops a dime in the bucket. That's John Lakeman with the delivery.
Sosa in the backfield on first down, just shy of the midfield logo here at Vipe Sports Stadium. Handoff, Sosa through the right side. He'll get taken down after a couple of yards. That is a 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard carry. Talking about Denver real quick, their opportunity lies in the turnover battle. They have the best turnover differential in the SFL this season. They go up against a Houston team who started out very, very good. 9-1 is how they started out. That's not how they ended. But in that 9-3 total, as that was a tackle right at the line of scrimmage, 3rd down, the Houston Headhunters ended up with only the 19th best turnover differential. That's where the opportunity lies for the Nightwings.
They did rack up 8 turnovers in their last 2 games, so kind of inflating that numbers.
Oh, it's picked off. You talk about it right there on 3rd down. It's Denver coming up with the turnover to give them great field position. It's the inside linebacker, Luis Quintana.
I swear that I did not just manifest that turnover. It was not me. And I see Demond in chat, in the prior play, he says, "Great catch me." I'm anticipating a chat message from him saying, "Dang it, Mark, why do you have to jinx it?"
I mean, technically, I'm the one that brought it up, so you can blame me. Spare Mark your grievances. 2 to the left, 1 to the right, handoff through the middle, and that is not going to go very far for O'Shaughnessy, but it is a couple of yards, no further than that. Here comes the Denver offense for the 2nd time in this game. Didn't go very far the first go. See if Trellis Blanton and company can make something happen on this, trying to take the lead for the first time. I formation, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. They'll move the wide receiver Logan Keel in motion off to the left. Backing up is Blanton. Pressure thrown right side, and it's nearly intercepted back the other way. That was Henry again you're in the area to knock it away. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, Henry gets the credit for the pass deflection. But how about Don Rohr on the defensive edge, lining up in the 9-wide technique, coming on the outside, providing pressure against Blanton, having to throw that earlier than he wanted. And Henry, all he needed to do was clean up the play with a deflection.
Bunch left, 1 off to the right. Key 3rd down again. 2nd 3rd down of the game on defense for Houston. We'll see if they can come up with a 2nd stop. 4 on the play clock. Blanton has the football, moves right, pressure, throws over the middle, and pressure got into his face, nearly caused an issue. That's a knockaway, and it is 4th down. Denver will punt again.
It is once again Don Rohr, the rookie, has 9.5 sacks in the regular season. That's top 7 across all players and 11 PFLs, and he's providing early pressure here against Blanton and his offense.
Jay Viper was the intended target for Denver there. Mike St. Green back deep for the return. He will fair catch at the 15-yard line and grab it there. So a defensive battle brewing in a game where we thought we'd see more offense than this early on. It's still scoreless with 6:37 to go in the first quarter.
Now Houston just have to shrug off that turnover. Shrug off the 2 losses, shrug off all the turnovers, now 9 in the last 3 games. Perhaps they go through it through the ground as they have Sosa in the backfield.
Tino Sosa will get the handoff, trying to get through the tackle, and that is not going to happen. Great function and form on that tackle to bring him down. It is 2nd and 9.
A stout running defense and the nickel package by Denver, trying to stop that outside run against Houston.
That was Quintana on the tackle on the previous run. Chance for Lakeman to throw. Now throws left, deep, and incomplete. No flag. DR Sim wants one. You can see it all over his face there. He was looking for some yellow laundry on the field due to what he thought was pass interference.
Yeah, there were definitely contact during the route run. We won't be able to get a look at it because no flag was thrown in the first place. It's going to be 3rd and long. Both teams lining up and bunch in 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and long, not where they want to be, but that's where they've been. Lakeman throws over the middle. That's caught. 1st down and more. That's DR Sim. One more time. 2nd catch of the ball game. 1st and 10 for Houston.
It's the bread and butter of Houston and Coach Sim. This rollout weak side away from where the receivers are bunched up. The pressure is going to be coming on strong side. That means he has a lot of time to make the throw, and those bunch receivers have a lot of time to complete the routes, resulting in a nice pass and a 3rd down completion.
Nickel defense for Houston on 1st down. Delayed handoff is not going to go very far. Denver's been pretty good with the rush defense early on. Quintana's been all over the place. Has 2 tackles for loss and the interception for his credit. It is 2nd and 10.
And then it's not only that it's good against the rushing defense. They have good rushing defense out of their nickel package where they have 1 fewer linebacker.
Empty backfield on 2nd down, trying to make 3rd down a little bit easier. DR Sim's going to move left to right. They're going to bunch up the right side of the formation and overload. Lakeman backs up, throws over the middle. Nice. Caught, 1st down and more. Broken tackle, out towards the sideline. That is DR Sim out towards the boundary to the 34-yard line. Gets taken down near the 32. 1st and 10, first chunk play of the game for Houston.
Putting all $6 million of his contract to use, he makes a catch. He breaks a tackle. Breaks 1 here. Runs 10 extra yards. How about a nice block there by his teammate as well? Spins out of another potential tackle and picks up another 5 yards. And DR Sim, he is the MVP for Houston, both on the receiving game and on the return game. But tonight, in that one play, he wasn't a spectacular catch. Ooh, nice catch down the middle there. As a 6-yard gain, setting up 2nd and medium. Got 2nd and 4. Houston lines up with their heavy set, offset eye by the fullback. This is likely a pitch to the outside. We could also see a fullback dive down the middle as we wait for Chris to come back to us. Sosa instead gets a pitch to the outside. Great run by Sosa on the 10. Going to be stopped inside the 10 as Denver saves the tackle on that one. And now Houston's offense is picking up steam here early in the first half. Nice run to the outside. The pitch play, linebackers really clogged up in the middle to start the drive or the play. They had to run east to west to catch up to Sosa. And yeah, just great blocking throughout. Now they line up in doubles, single back. They give it to the running back. This time it's for a 6-yard gain, 2nd and goal with 3 yards to go. Denver now with 3 yards remaining before Houston punches it in for a score. Lakeman lines up under center, offset eye. Very tight formation. Everyone in the box. Pitch to the outside. Sosa. Can he get the brace tackle? No. Play broken up by this Denver defensive line. This defensive unit will not let him pass. Blake Prine credited with the tackle. And it's 3rd and goal with 2 yards to go. I think that might be Baloo Scott now in the backfield. No, Lakeman will throw. Swing pass. Broken tackle. He can't get there. Denied by John Martin with a yard to go. The tackle with 2 yards. They force a field goal. This is a defensive win by Denver as Houston was essentially moving downfield undeterred. Denver with 3 plays inside 9 yards. They forced 3 great defensive stops. And look at this. Field goal up and good. Houston were expecting 7. Instead, they get 3. But if you're Houston, you take any points you can. You put up 3 points, you take the first lead of the ball game. And that's how you shrug off a turnover. You go downfield, you throw a few completions to DR Sim. No turnover that time, and finishing it up with your running backs. Now Denver with a chance to answer back with points on the board. Starting at their 20-yard line here. We're going to get us another look at Trellis Blanton, whose offense has punted twice now in this ballgame. Offset by the running back. I think that's O'Shaughnessy in the backfield right now. They motion number 12, Dylan Lewis, bunching up 3 wide receivers on the left and the tight end. Blanton to throw, deep step back. To the right side left side is complete. A nice catch on the top of the screen as Logan Keel brings it down. Over a 15-yard completion, moves the ball downfield in a jiffy. Trellis Blanton with a great game last week. 0 picks, 1 touchdown for and get this folks, 78.3 completion rate. A stellar evening to win the first round of the SFL playoffs. Hand off to Mosley. He picks up 3 yards.
Denver able to get something going after the Logan Keel reception. This is a key moment in this game. Thank you for being patient with me as I get myself back in here. Minute 47 left in this first quarter. Denver trying to come back after going down 3-0 to a field goal. That'll be a quick throw and catch to get the third down a little bit closer. And Mark Lopez, Denver seems to be not so much reeling. They seem to be okay with the way the offense is going right now.
Yeah, and they find themselves in 3rd and short. If they can convert on these 3rd downs and keep the chain moving, they got a good chance of answering back on the score.
Another 3rd down chance at a QB sneak for Blanton. He's going to have it up for a first down. That is a courageous move from the veteran quarterback.
Now, he was credited for 1 carry last week in the wild card. And let me just check if he had any in the regular season. Yes, 18 carries for 25 yards, but the sneak is definitely a nice wrinkle in this Denver playbook.
3 to the right, now 4 to the right, 1 to the left as they overload that right side. Blanton backs up, looks to throw this. Plenty of time, now throws. That is caught. That is right in the face of a defender. 7-yard gain close to midfield.
Yeah, it's Goodman, and he was the MVP last season in the minor league, bringing up his talents here in Denver in the majors. He's just showing right there how impactful he is in offense.
It's going to be closer to the first down mark for O'Shaughnessy, but hasn't really been able to break one just yet. He has a long for the season, and the longest in the SFL at 78 yards on 1 single rush, but hasn't quite had that advantage just yet. 3rd and inches, decision time here for Denver as to how they want to try this. And that'll actually bring us to the end of the first quarter, so they'll get some time to think about it. It is a 3-0 game, Houston in front of Denver as we play the quarterfinals. Aerial coverage of today's game provided by Dags DroneWorks, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Visit them at dagsdroneworks.com. A good shot over Houston, Texas, just along the Gulf of Mexico or America or whatever you want to call it. Either way, it is a glorious shot of a great city deep in the heart of Texas. 3-0 lead for Houston. Denver knocking on the door. They're just on the precipice of scoring range here. Heavy set I formation. 3rd and inches. Wow. It's Trellis Blanton for the 2nd time on this drive with the QB sneak 1st and 10.
This time, the first one was a surprise. This time, it's a good call because Blanton notices 4 linebackers and the safety moving away from the line, lighted in the box. Prime position for him to sneak it in.
And off O'Shaughnessy gets taken down near the line of scrimmage, and that is something that Houston has done very well early on in this game, Mark. They have contained Bailey O'Shaughnessy.
Absolutely. Their first down running defense has been spectacular all night. Jason Peace is starring that linebacker core. He has been putting on huge tackles against Sosa.
That's through the middle, and another stop against O'Shaughnessy. 2 yards and 2 carries. Creates another 3rd and long that Denver's going to have to try to navigate.
Yeah, between Juan Mississippi, who got the tackle right there, right, and Jason Peace, as well as Garrett Evans, the other linebacker, they've had 42 TFLs in the regular season, 215 solo tackles between the 3 of them. They have been putting on the work in 12 games, and they're going to put more work tonight.
Rolling left after the play action. Blanton has all day. Throws. That is caught. Wow. Found a way to convert on 3rd down. Best throw of the day for Blanton to Dylan Lewis.
Showing shades of that 78.3 completion night from last week. He throws to Lewis. That is Lewis's 2nd catch of the evening. And that has been a connection that we might be calling all night long.
See how creative they want to be. They're at the 11-yard line. Knocking on the door to the first touchdown in the quarterfinal for either of these teams. Move Logan Keel from right to left across the formation. Blanton looks. Pressure from the backside. Throw, and it's caught. That's a good little escape valve to the outside for 4 yards. Logan Keel, who started over there after the motion, finds the ball. It is 2nd and 6.
Yep, Keel had a quiet night last week, only 3 catches for 18 yards. He's in prime position to make a huge impact tonight.
In the gun is Blanton, has the football, toss left. He's going to have some room to go. Gets through the 5-yard line to the 4, does O'Shaughnessy, and that's creative from Denver. They're trying to find ways to get their playmakers the football.
Houston was here in a similar situation in their previous drive. 3rd and short to goal for Denver. It's 3rd and 3 for a 1st down. Can they convert here, or will Houston force a stop themselves?
That's Ari Mills towards the end zone. He's got enough for the 1st down. Just barely, but it creates a 1st and goal opportunity for Denver.
I wonder, though. I feel like Coach Sim might throw. No, he's not going to throw a challenge. That was so close for comfy.
Strong eye formation. Goal line set for Houston. 1 yard separates them from a touchdown. Ari Mills doesn't get there. 2nd and goal.
Wow.
Houston trying to find a goal line stand. And sorry, that was O'Shaughnessy on the near side handoff.
And who else but the guy I've been calling all night long, Jason Peace, puts a huge tackle, closes the gap in a hurry, but it's still inches to go.
Yeah, about 6 inches between them and the goal line. Eye formation. Handoff and a stop. That'll cut him back about 3 yards. Another one for Peace. Right there, it's 3rd and goal.
You know what this is reminding me of? It's reminding me of the playbook that Queen City in the regular season likes to call a lot of fullback dives against a tight box. This time, they line up offset eye jacks.
They do it again. O'Shaughnessy trying to get there and does! Finally able to break the boundary. It's a touchdown for Denver, and it quiets this crowd.
Man, 4 plays and what felt like an average of 0.5 yards per carry, but it's 0.5 yards enough to push them into the end zone. O'Shaughnessy lined up in the fullback slot, which is a very interesting and, at least tonight, effective substitution and twist in this Denver playbook.
Man, oh man, Denver found a way to get it done. Jordan Bradshaw is going to add on the extra tally. But you talk about a long drive, 16 plays that eclipsed about 6 minutes and 20 seconds of game time. It is a 7-3 ball game. Denver gets out in front. Watch out for Houston.
Now Houston with a chance to answer back themselves. The question is not can they answer back, because they've already scored once in a drive that could have been 7, Chris.
Yeah.
Now they set their sights on converting on the touchdown finally.
How about Denver on that last drive, though? Twice on 3rd down and long and 3rd down and short. Able to break the Headhunters' 3rd down defensive spell that they've had against other teams. That is a key going forward if they can continue to do that. Lakeman is under center. Mike St. Green goes in motion from right to left. Houston trying to answer the touchdown drive from Denver with potentially one of their own. It's a fumble, and Denver has it! You talk about getting the turnovers. It's Quintana one more time, and it's great field position for Denver as they try to take a 2-score lead.
And that's not a fluke too, Chris. It's a well-designed defensive play. They've read the pitch, they've seen it in film, and they blitz their linebacker on the edge to make that hit as hard as possible, jar the ball loose. And what about the cleanup by the teammate to force and secure the turnover?
That was Quintana on the scoop. Handoff, O'Shaughnessy, left side. This feels like a momentum-breaking drive for Denver. 2nd and 3 after 7 yards on that run. It's 2nd and 3.
If you're Denver and you're the defense, you're back on the field after only one play by your offense. You're going to be feeling gassed, but you have to grind and dig deep. Try to stop them here, not force another touchdown.
That's another run up the middle, getting close and enough for a first down. What a roll. That was Mosley, who would not take no for an answer, and it's a first down, and I believe 1st and goal.
They'll say it's first down. That's
another
one that's too close to call, and another one that seemingly Coach Sim is not trying to challenge.
One deep safety for Houston. I formation, another handoff for O'Shaughnessy. He's stopped in his tracks right there. That's a start to a defensive wall that Houston's going to try to put up here. The last thing they want to do is give up 14 unanswered points. Let's see what they can do on 2nd down.
The defensive line pinched really well on the inside to prevent that fullback down.
Through the left side, that's a handoff, and it will get them not very much. 3rd and goal coming up. Man, this is a key moment in this football game. Jeremy Mosley taken down there. What does Denver have dialed up on 3rd down? Biggest 3rd down of the game so far. 4:34 left in this first half. Handoff through the middle. Not going to get it.
There you go.
That's a key. Keep it to a 1-score game. It's Jason Peace who comes up with the advantage.
Pop quiz for everyone in chat. How many solo tackles do you think Jason Peace has at this point in the ballgame? He makes another key tackle there, this time to stop the touchdown, a potential incentive for the tackle inside the 2-yard line. And we'll get back to you with a statistical update on an insane night so far for Jason Peace.
Well, given the fumble, I'd call that a win for Houston. They give up the fumble, it goes to 1st and goal. They don't give up the touchdown, they keep it to a 1-score advantage, and now they get the ball back. So Houston can be thanking their lucky stars that didn't go worse. It's Mike St. Green on the return, out to the 15 to the 20. He's going to bowl his way forward. That's actually VR Sim on the return there. I thought it was Mike St. Green. Either way, to the 28 they go, and that's where they start this next drive.
That's a good point you made, Chris, about Houston only allowing a field goal after the turnover. In fact, after 2 turnovers, Denver has only scored 3 points. Not able to take a lot of advantage of those turnovers and mistakes by Houston, which means Houston still has a chance to stay in the game. And in fact, they are still in the game, only down 7.
Toby Bonitz is going to go on motion. That's going to be to the outside. Tino Sosa on the screenplay.
That's
a stiff arm. Got a first down and then a couple more as well. 1st and 10, and that'll get him to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, Sosa is lethal, pretty lethal on the passing game as well. You put him with his incredible break tackling talent as a wide receiver on a swing pass. He'll be ending up lining up against a cornerback, and a cornerback trying to make a tackle against this hulk of a man? I think not.
1st and 10 for Houston. They're going to bunch him up on the right-hand side. See if they utilize some motion. One of the most motion-heavy teams in the SFL. That's going to be over the middle and caught. What a throw by Lakeman. Dropping the bucket to Mike St. Green for a 15-yard gain. It's 1st and 10.
Pretty good play. You put your ex-receiver on a hot route, a quick diagonal route. You get the cornerback off of his feet. Got a 2-step advantage over him. And you got also Lakeman on the short step back. So that's a pretty good timing play that they executed to perfection.
From the 46-yard line in Denver territory. Handoff. Sosa and try to work through the left side. He does. He's going to get himself 8 yards and a pretty substantial run forward. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Sosa might have put up the 8 yards, but you also got to credit Mike St. Green and DR Sim, the 2 receivers putting up those 2 blocks, and Sosa, as if he had 2 bodyguards on either side, just had to run between the 2 receivers.
Power eye will look to the left. That's going to be a toss play. 1st and 10.
Oh.
Out to the outside of the boundary they go. And that is perfect for Baloo Scott. She gets them well into scoring range. 1st and 10.
And they've been doing this all season long. You line up in offset eye, some kind of heavy jacks or wing jokers, Scott or Sosa in the backfield, pitch it to them. The defense is clumped up in the middle. That outside run is wide open for your running back, and they went to the well, and it picks up a 1st down in a single play.
2 and 27 to go in this 1st half. Denver received the ball to start this game. Houston looking to try for a 2-for-1 to maybe give them the advantage. Lakeman backs up, throws left side, caught, end zone! It is a touchdown! They're gonna call it good! It's Toby Bonitz giving them the advantage and the score.
The rookie, he gets his 1st playoff touchdown in his career, and a beautiful, what seems like a fade route, and he just out-muscles his man. How do you, as a cornerback, just leave your mark unattended? They do challenge it.
They do,
But
and
man,
that was really, really nice. Mike Goodman out there throwing the challenge flag, and looking at this may come back. This may be towards the 1-yard line. We shall see, but looking at it just from the naked eye,
it was close.
Short. Yep.
Short, but close.
Yeah, that looked short to me.
Bad angle, though, at the camera. Not giving Houston any favors.
It is overturned. Okay, so Denver is not charged a timeout. It'll bring Houston back to the 1-yard line, which, quite frankly, I feel is the right call.
Well, the rookie then is not going to get his 1st touchdown of the playoffs, I guess. But he did set him steam up with 1st and goal with inches to go, Chris. And I guess we kind of know the script. You just give this to Sosa.
You would think.
You would think.
I would think. Geronimo Rivera right there, too. They could go fullback.
Or a swing pass.
Nope, it'll be Sosa. Left side, got in. Sosa with the touchdown vulture. Either way, we're 1 point away from a tie ball game.
Yes, it's a great drive by Houston. You know, despite the 2 turnovers, Coach Sim in chat, or somebody in chat makes a good point about Houston. Without the turnovers, they would have been scoring every single drive of the ball game, as they have already tonight.
So that'll bring in the kicker, Sonny J, who's going to put this up and through. And don't look now, we're near halftime, not there yet, but we are looking at a tie ball game. Houston answers back with a touchdown drive of their own.
Great answer. It's they answer it with, the previous drive was a fumble off of their running back. This time they ensured that they stay clean on securing the ball, Chris. They result with a pretty nice touchdown.
They do. Touchback's going to bring you back to the back of the end zone. No further than that. And now Denver with 2 minutes, 13 seconds. They pull out their 2-minute drill. They have a chance to prevent the 2-for-1 for Houston if they're able to get a score here. 10-10 game. Charles Blanton, who's had a good day so far, trying to do good things for his Nightwing offense. Left side seems to be the priority here as they'll move the tight end into motion. Toss play, gets some extra blockers. That's a great stiff arm. O'Shaughnessy gets taken down, though, as they go to tackle the legs, bring him down after a 4-yard gain. Nothing much you can do there. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning in this one. It's a 10-10 ball game in the 1st half of the SFL quarterfinals.
Chris, with Denver, 3 timeouts to go. They've been running it almost all night. So the question will be, can they get to some decent field position to get aggressive eventually?
They unleash Trellis here. They do over the top, and it's incomplete. That was close. It was in front of 4 different headhunters, and it's Kai Cash who comes up with the stop.
Kai Cash was a spectacular play. It was definitely, one is providing the traffic, but he also got to complete the play, and he sets himself up to make a deflection, because otherwise I think Lewis would have come away with a catch there.
Three bunch to the left, one off to the right. Blanton's is under center. One in the backfield. Blanton rolls left, throws right. Throw is incomplete. Couldn't quite secure it. That was close. Michael Goodman, the intended target. 4th down for Denver. And this Houston crowd loving it as they force a 3-and-out.
High Cash with back-to-back plays, back-to-back pass breakups. And this time on one of the leading receivers in Goodman. What a play by the safety.
Very, very good work, as that will be end over end to the 31-yard line. Returnable by Mike St. Green to get it to the 35, and that is it. To the 36 is where they'll mark, and a minute 45 for Houston to do work now. They have all 3 timeouts, and an opportunity to potentially make it a 3-for-1 for them. Here comes Houston. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Nickel coverage. They'll spread out the defensive line. They're banking on a pass here. I wouldn't be so sure. Nope, it is a pass. Chance for Lakeman. Over the middle, it's caught!
Oh, wow.
Down all the way to the 41-yard line in Denver territory. It's DR Sim.
It just seemed like DR Sim had rocket boosters for shoes here. You see, when he makes the catch, his man defender number 21 was essentially 5 yards behind. That's how much room DR Sim had against Jimmy Hatzis before making the catch. What a route by the top wide receiver of this team.
23 yards to DR Sim. Bunch left, 1 off to the right as well. They will move Bonitz to the right side of the formation. Roll right, looks to throw. Lakeman across the middle, that's caught. Down to the 31-yard line, and it's a timeout taken by Houston.
At all timeouts, they're in good position to force the issue here and create a score.
See what they can do. Lakeman is ready. 10 for 12, $155, 1 interception on the day. One to the left, or 2 to the right, as that is Bonitz again moving across the formation. Looking to throw this, plenty of time. Left side, that one is incomplete. That was close. DR Sim got hit hard, and that is a 3rd or 2nd down coming up.
Gerald Cumbus with the one with the pressure.
Second and 10. Throws left side. It is intercepted again. 2 interceptions on the day from the Denver secondary, and that is not ideal for Houston. Another one. This one taken away by Jimmy Hatzis.
I mean, Hatzis makes a great play. He has been on top of DR Sim all night, and DR Sim has just been eating his lunch against Hatzis, but now Hatzis has a win of his own with a pick against the big guy, as such. I was gonna the Hall of Famer is what I wanted to say.
Yeah. And here comes Denver. Chance to reverse fortune here. That's tipped near the line and knocked away. And Bailey O'Shaughnessy out of the backfield, the intended target, 2nd and 10.
Fortunately, if you're Houston, I mean, you look at the turnover battle, 3-0, you don't quite like it. But you're also set up in a way that Denver don't have the best opportunity here to convert on that interception. They're way well within their territory with 53 seconds left in the clock.
Plenty of time. He's got to get it down the field a little bit. We still have all 3 timeouts. That's left side. That's caught with a lot of room down the left sideline. How about Goodman? And he steps out of bounds. Oh, man, he probably could have taken it to the house. Michael Goodman with the longest play from scrimmage in the football game, and Denver's knocking on the door.
Michael, I will give you your flowers for a great catch and the run after the catch, but I don't know if you can hear my head shaking because you could have run it in for more yards. Lower the shoulder, put out an arm and stiff arm. You got coaches in this broadcast room. I bet Eddie Gage is shaking his head as well.
Oh, man.
But still a great play nonetheless.
From the 17.5-yard line, 44 ticks to go. Two to the left, one to the right. Throws over the middle. That's caught. First and goal. And a timeout taken by Denver.
Well, they called me out when I just said that they couldn't take advantage of the turnover, and Denver flips it in a split second. It was his first and goal with 3 yards to go. Winslow.
Yeah, offensive I formation for Denver. Trying to put themselves in the lead before the halftime whistle. Goodman, top of your screen.
Over 3.
5 on the play clock. Blanton throws towards Goodman. Got it! Touchdown! Biggest play of the season for Denver. They take the lead.
Goodman just has, I wouldn't say guts, but it's guts. That's a gutsy play to call. With twins, you only have 2 of your top receivers on the field, but you trust your receivers. You throw it to Goodman, who has been balling out all season long. That is his 4th catch, 77 yards, and 1 touchdown.
So field goal or PAT attempt coming to make it a 17-10 ball game. It is up and it is through. And how about the momentum shift in this football game? 4 plays, 78 yards after the second interception of the half for the Denver secondary. Again, the turnover battle wreaking havoc for Houston early on in this football game. The Headhunters are going to get the football. They'll probably take it to half, and they'll have some work to do in the locker room to try to adjust. This will be a return coming out for DR Sim. He'll take it to the 27-yard line. No further than that, 33 ticks to go.
And it might be easy to rag on John Lakeman for throwing 2 picks in the first half, but you also have, you can't forget that Denver leads the league in takeaways. This is no surprise for this Denver defensive unit. This is just another Tuesday for them.
Yeah.
Picking up balls away from the opponent. That did not come out right, but
you get the idea.
They're just taking it away from them.
Yep. Bunch off to the right. I don't expect they're going to be super aggressive with 33 ticks to go, but we shall see. Hand off to Sosa. Sosa broken tackle. First down. Another broken tackle. How about a third? Not going to happen. Gets all the way to the 44-yard line. Timeout taken by Houston.
They needed number 21 to stop number 21. Jimmy Hatz is on the call there. Man, Sosa with the big man plays. Almost breaking his third. I think if he broke Hatz's tackle, I think he would have had the end zone.
He would have been close, and that kind of changes the mentality, I think, for Houston, because they think they're not too far away from field goal range if they're able to get something downfield. Get at least something into the locker room. Lakeman throws short. That is a drag pattern across, and a timeout taken by Houston again. That's their final one.
They're about 20, 25 yards away from field goal range here.
Yeah.
Which is going to be much needed if they want to be competitive. It is still a close game, only 1 score, but you want any inch you can get.
Cover 2 would cover the boundary. They don't want them to Denver doesn't want them to get it out of bounds with some forward progress. That's a heavy set I formation. There'll be a throw. Throws over the middle. That's caught. Not much there. They're going to try to hurry it up. 14 seconds left. I think they'll try to spike this. See if they can get a little bit closer. We'll see if they spike it. They do. So 9 seconds left. I think they try one more play towards the boundary. If they don't get it and they don't end up in field goal range, then I think they'll probably try to heave-ho to the end zone.
This might be one final play, but if they complete this, they need to hurry on the line to spike it, if there is time.
If there's time and if they do it inbound. That's a run. That's an interesting call and not a good one. 3 seconds left. I don't think they're going to get this done. 2 seconds, 1, and a clock fumble, I should say, to end the half. It is Houston who is down a touchdown, 17-10 against Denver. Halftime in the quarterfinals. Mark Lopez, your thoughts on a very entertaining first half of football?
I mean, you said the right word. It has been incredibly entertaining. Both the offense and defense making plays. Denver's offense taking advantage of their defense, taking the ball away 3 times, including a forced fumble and a scoop. One of those times, though, Houston makes a play of their own, as after the fumble and scoop, they only allow a field goal despite Denver starting, around inside the red zone. So they held strong, and it is only a 17-10 score. Houston is still in it despite the 3 turnovers.
They really are, and Houston has an advantage here. This is the third quarter. They start with the football. So this is a key first drive, biggest drive, I think, of the season for Houston as they try to come through and put Denver on their heels. As we welcome you back into Vibe Sports Stadium, Chris Curtis, Mark Lopez in the broadcast booth, Ron Haynes, Eddie Gage, and the stats truck, Cameron Irvine producing and hitting all the buttons to make us look better than we should. We are ready to go for the third quarter. Hopefully you guys are as well. You've refilled your drinks, you got your popcorn ready to go. Should be a fantastic finish as we start the third quarter in the quarterfinals. Winner moves on to Vancouver. Loser goes home. Ball at the 20 on the touchback for DR Sin. This first drive looks like what to you, Mark Lopez?
They got good, hints from their previous scoring drive. It's run the ball, make sure you secure it, don't turn it over. That is definitely a key coming into this second half.
Nickel defense for Denver. See what they do. This will be a throw from Lakeman. Lakeman throws left side, nearly intercepted. Oh. That is not the start that they wanted. Hatsis nearly had his second.
They did not take heed to my advice of not throwing it over. Fortunately, it's actually not a turnover there, Chris. It was almost one. Both hands were on the ball, but it falls harmlessly as an incompletion.
How about an empty backfield? Lakeman gonna air it out on second down from their own 20. Backs up, pressure holds. Now it's starting to crumble. Gets out, throws left side, and it's incomplete. No intentional grounding. There was a receiver in the area. It is 3rd and 10.
I thought the protection was good until it crumbled around the quarterback. And unfortunately, Lakeman threw a duck. Essentially, that ball unable to be caught by anyone.
Yeah, that ball quacked its way to the sideline for sure. 3 to the right, 1 to the left in the bunch. Move left, throws right. It is picked off again! Oh, what a catch! Facing away from the football. How did he grab that?
I'll tell you how.
Schreiner, have mercy.
Man, he was set on a blitz. He was set on a corner blitz. But the ball was thrown, the trajectory parallel with his direct trajectory to the quarterback. And when 2 lines meet, they're going to collide. And the ball just hit him on his hands. He comes away with the pick, Chris. And that's the 3rd against Lakeman.
Now, big-time moment here for Denver's offense. From the 25-yard line, O'Shaughnessy broken tackle to the outside of the 15, 10, outside to the goal, to the sideline, at about the 7-yard line. They may see the 8, but it's 1st and goal.
Man, and this is prime opportunity here for Denver to take advantage. Finally, after 3 turnovers in the first half, you're only up 7. Okay, let's get a turnover. Let's actually take advantage of that turnover and put points. They are already inside the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. And despite 4.5 yards per play versus 7.2, they're looking to extend the lead here.
They are. I formation for Denver. Biggest defensive moment of the season for Houston. They have to find a way to stop them from getting a touchdown here. Handoff. That is right at the line of scrimmage. They'll gain a yard, no further than that. That is Chris Henry who comes up with the stop, 2nd and goal.
Chris Henry gets his 6th solo tackle. If I'm Houston, I'm going to, make our mission, put Jason Peace on the ball carrier.
Yep. Yeah, he is usually found wherever the ball is. Handoff again, right at the line of scrimmage. Got a few more yards. Did O'Shaughnessy, and it is 3rd and goal from the 2.
Garrett Evans credited there with the solo tackle, as he actually almost delivers a crack tackle, not a crack block, as he tackles from the side. It's 3rd and goal with 2 yards to go. We could get a sneak here. That would be crazy.
Yeah, sneak would be massive. I formation. They will try it. Oh, man, Mark Lopez is a prophet, but he does not go far enough. I think his communication got down to Houston, and they stopped it in time. 4th and goal.
Yeah, perhaps they have a bug here in the broadcast booth. Happened into our calls here, Chris. What a play call, but what a recovery by this defense. They knew it was coming, and they set up the perfect play.
I don't know how you stop that from there, but it is a field goal instead. Jordan Bradshaw puts it through from the right hash, and Houston gets the win out of the loss. 3 points given up, 20-10. This game not over yet, but Houston's got to bite this turnover bug and kill it.
And if Houston comes away with the win, and they can definitely still come away with the win here, you know, the potential MVP might be the goal line defense. Look at this return.
DR Sim outside. He has some room towards the sideline. One man to beat. It's the kicker. DR Sim has Houston back in this football game. That's a touchdown.
We've seen him do this all season long. Do you know why he's the all-star as a returner? This is why. Oh man, run to the outside, and all it needed was one broken tackle. That's all you needed. I think, Chris, if you're any team against Houston, you have to put your full defense in your return coverage team.
Wow. DR Sim has just turned this game on its head. Denver had all the momentum. Houston gets at least a lot of it back. Sonny J going to add on the extra point. It is up and it is through. Don't look now. We have a 3-point game with Denver getting the ball.
It's the kind of game that, you know, I'm an analyst and I love my stats and my statistics. And I look at one story of this ball game, Chris, the turnover battle, 4-0 in favor of Denver. But I'm looking at this score and it's telling a different story. We only have a 3-point ball game. What is going on?
Yeah, this is a crazy moment in time. That is a return and a big-time fight to bring him down. And that is going to get the drive started at the 26-yard line, as that was Jay Viper on the return. Here comes a key drive from Denver. I think if you are Denver, you slow it down here, Mark. You kind of play to your strengths, which is that running game, and you move it down methodically. You had a 16-play drive earlier on in this game. I think if they go back to that, try to work it downfield slowly, then it would take some time off the clock and kind of cool this crowd down.
True, but I don't think you should shy away from throwing with Blanton, who has a QBR of 105. Has good throws to Goodman and to Dylan Lewis tonight.
Well, he's going to start with the empty backfield. Throws over the top. It's incomplete. Well done by the safety to knock that play away, as that was the tight end Mike Kleinek who had a shot at it. It is 2nd and 10.
Mike Kleinek so far struggling tonight. 4 targets his way. Only caught 1. So 25% completion when thrown to him. It's probably going to be a weakness that this Houston defense will try to key in.
Dylan Lewis moves to the left of the formation. They're going to overload that left side. They'll keep Kleinek on the right. Looks to throw this left side and overthrown. Had a target out there. That was indeed Michael Goodman, who has been all over the place tonight, but that one was about 5 yards too deep.
And that would have been a touchdown, Chris. There were no defenders deep. Goodman had a step on his man. The high safety was on the other side of the field. It would have been 6. Houston held strong.
Chance to throw for Blanton. Right side, incomplete.
Nice.
Another big-time hit, well-timed. Goodman, your intended target, and it's 4th down. Houston holds serve.
And now Blanton. Chris, you were talking about the game plan of slowing it down. They've only used up 20 seconds, less than 20 seconds in this drive.
Well, the key wasn't necessarily even the time there, just to slow it down to give a chance for the crowd to kind of settle. Yes. And they did not get that. That'll be returned, but not for very much, as St. Green will get it to the 35. I think DR Sims still trying to catch some air on the sideline there. He'll be back in on this offensive possession. 7:21 left in the third quarter. 20-17 game. Denver on top, but Houston has the football with a chance to come back. Houston outgaining Denver 245-209 to this point in the football game with a 3-point deficit in front of them. Lakeman, handoff. Sosa moves it forward. He will get himself 5 yards. It's 2nd and 5.
Sosa with his touchdown earlier in the evening makes this his 9th game in this season out of 13 with a touchdown. That makes things that are consistent in life, death, taxes, and a Tino Sosa touchdown.
In theory, the way it's gone, it hasn't been quite the same.
Baloo.
Broken tackle. Did he get enough? Did she get enough, I should say? Baloo Scott gets 4, makes it 3rd and 1. So decision time here. How does Houston want to attack this 3rd down?
They've gone a fullback dive with Sosa as the fullback. I think that's him.
That might be him. I think you're right. Nope, toss play, right side. That's Sosa in the backfield. He's got a 1st down and more. Key 3rd down conversion to get it close to midfield, and that will create a 1st and 10. Houston starting to put a drive together.
And all they need is a field goal to tie, but at this rate, they're smelling touchdown. See if they keep the chains moving every single set of downs. They're going to get there.
Under center, 3 off to the right. Bunch off to the right, dime look on defense. They got 4 coverage members over there. Handoff. So Blue Scott with a crazy stiff arm. Able to turn the tackle for loss into a small gain. It's 2nd and 9.
Baloo Scott makes a great broken tackle, but a good game plan play call by Denver to blitz the safety immediately against that run play, meaning the other defenders can recover.
Delayed handoff. Sosa, stiff arm. Trying to get through, gets a few yards, makes 3rd down a little bit easier. 3rd and 6 for Houston. Another key 3rd down for them to try to fight through.
Bring up the bunch that they've been converting on 3rd downs in all night. They do.
Here comes Bunch off to the left. Trying to find it. Lakeman throws. It's nearly intercepted again. This will hit the turf. A Houston punt is on the way.
Still valiant effort on offense. The run game pushing downfield, making this field position battle more in their favor. Assuming this punt goes well for them.
See what they can do with it. Punt is up and on the way. They'll try to coffin corner the Denver offense. Doesn't quite go that far. The 12-yard line, and it'll get down to the 19. So good job by Denver to fight their way through. Jay Viper gets the punt return up towards halfway decent field position. They'll start at the 18-yard line.
Oh, man. 20-17. I'm just hoping we get more appearances from Jason Peace because we have not called his name since that goal line stop earlier in this half.
We haven't. We also haven't seen a lot of runs right at him either. They've kind of ran away from him, if at all possible. That is a Bailey O'Shaughnessy run to the left. Again, away from Jason Peace, and that is a 3-yard gain.
Jason Peace was occupied in the inside by essentially the offensive line. Sakasi, the corner, had to be the one to make a tackle.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Denver got to get it to the 28-yard line for a 1st down. Each play means something in this playoff scenario, especially in a 3-point game. Blanton backs it up, 5-step drop, throws over the middle, tipped and incomplete. That was dangerous. He was looking for Kleineck, but they have very, very rarely Kleinected so far in this football game. 3rd and 7.
I rate that a 10 out of 10 punt.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Missed Kleinection.
Mid-season form for Curtis and Mark Lopez. That's exactly what you're talking about. 3rd and 7. Denver got to make it happen here. They don't want to give Houston too many chances. 2 to the left, 2 to the right after the motion. Blanton backs up, looks to throw, pressure, fumble! They pick it up. Denver still has it. They're going to be able to get out of this with a punt. But oh man, Houston nearly turned this game on its head again.
My goodness. The fumble was great. They forced a fumble. Denver recovers.
What a tackle.
Jimmy Nazi picks it up. I thought he was going to run backwards to the end zone. Fortunately, he finds his bearings and starts running upfield. They challenge, understandable challenge here because it looked like it was in the middle of passing.
So it's going to be 4th down regardless. The key here to the challenge is whether or not his arm was moving forward. If it was moving forward, then it's an incomplete pass, which means that the punter's going to have some more room, and we'll see if that is indeed the case. That is a backward moving arm. That's a fumble.
Yes.
That's the way I looked at it from that angle, and that is going to put them in their own end zone when they try to punt. Yep.
And
that is a good call by the SFL referees. Denver charged a timeout, and they don't like it, but the videotape doesn't lie.
Absolutely. And unfortunately for Denver, a crucial timeout in a close game such as this is something you don't want to lose with a quarter and a half to go.
And that is the punter. All the way back. Bradshaw does what he can with it. It's going to get out to about the 46-yard line, returnable from there. And on the precipice of field goal range from 39 goes Mike St. Green. This is a key drive for Houston. We are not even at the 4th quarter yet, but everything is raising the heart rates of everybody watching.
They are 4 yards away from a tying field goal, as I believe 51 yards is the maximum range of Jordan Bradshaw, although he has not kicked it for 51. But on paper, he has the talent to kick it from 51. Sorry, Sonny Jay's long is 51. So they got a chance here if they can get 5 more yards.
2 to the left, 2 to the right, including the tight end. 6 on the play clock. Lakeman, got to be careful with this football. Throws, and it's caught. 8-yard gain. That's enough. St. Green has the catch, 2nd and 2. John Boy has it right in chat. That timeout that they lost on the challenge, look for that to be impactful later down the road. If Denver loses this football game because they don't have enough timeouts, that challenge could very well be the culprit. I formation, right side. That is a handoff that'll get him a yard. I think that was a generous spot. Make it a 3rd and 1. Houston has not been good on 3rd downs in this football game. They're 2 for 6. They need their 3rd conversion to happen right now. Defensively, Denver trying to stand on their head, not let this drive go any further. I formation, heavy set look. There's 1 wide. Handoff. 1st down and more. Tino Sosa does the job. And it is a 3rd down conversion for Houston. They move the chains.
A very impactful completion of 3rd down. A very rare one for Houston tonight. They were 2 for 7 prior to that play. But Sosa carries his ball game on his back.
Lakeman throws, left side, caught, end zone, touchdown! Houston comes all the way back and takes the lead.
Well, Coach DR Sim or Demond Sim in the sideline says, why tie it when we can dial up a play to our wide receiver DR Sim for a touchdown? DR Sim, it was just a simple go route, Chris, and he breaks 1 tackle and it's good night. 122 yards. 5 catches, 9 targets, and a touchdown. To add to his return touchdown, you're looking at your player of the game should Houston come away with a win and hold here.
225 all-purpose yards so far for DR Sim, including the 103-yard touchdown return a little while ago. 4 plays gives Houston the advantage. It is a, well, clutch time for Denver as they get a chance to take back the lead. It is 24-20 in favor of Houston. Again, winner moves on to face number 1 seed Vancouver across the border into Canada in Vancouver. Loser goes home licking their wounds.
What a game. All right, we got the 1st down to O'Shaughnessy here out of single back. And looking at the previous drives of Denver, since their last field goal, they've gone punt, and now this drive, they don't want it to be a 3rd punt in a row. They're going to wait for Chris to come back as he's experiencing issues again, but we are here with you still in this close ball game. Fullback dive here, given the fullback. They're going to pick up about a couple yards. R.E. Mills will set up 3rd and 3. Houston in the total yardage game is finally outgaining the Denver Night Wings by a huge margin, 301 to 205. Not to mention the return touchdown by DR Sim. So just add 104 more yards to that number, and they don't get the first down. On 3rd and short, Chris Henry, who has been making plays all night, makes perhaps the play that will make Houston hold on to this lead and extend the lead potentially. Here's a punt. The punt is up. Oh my, they're going to catch this inside the 35-yard line, starting at their 38-yard line. Mike St. Green has been incredibly consistent here in the punt returns, making sure that there are no fumbles. And so, after Houston started with 4 turnovers, they force 1 turnover against Denver and find themselves in the lead here. Folks, if you're just joining us, Houston has always trailed this game all night long. But here in first down, Sosa with a huge run on the outside, picking up 21 yards. Single back, running out of bunch, pitch it to where your blockers are, and you pick up a hefty 20 yards. Let's give you an update on Sosa's yards. 85 rushing yards in 16 carries, averaging 5.3 yards and a touchdown. Man is almost close to a 125-yard rushing incentive. 1 minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Houston with all the momentum and all the time to bleed this clock. Triple look and the 3 wide receivers and a tight end. They could give this to Baloo Scott again, but they decide to pass. Lakeman to throw. Down the middle. Caught. And who else but DR Sim, who has eclipsed 100 yards. That's Greg Corky with the catch. He gets a huge catch of his own. 2nd of the night in 2 targets. A nice post route. Coaches around the league watching that play, smacking their lips, rubbing their hands together, because that play was just drawn to perfection. Lakeman will bring out the empty set. Coach DR Sim calling out the empty play here. The throw, pressure's coming on him. Unblocked, undeterred, John Martin gets home against Lakeman in a much-needed sack to keep this game within reach. And both sides are making plays here on defense and offense, as that is, I believe, sack number 1 against Lakeman, who has otherwise played clean all night. Here's the fake handoff, play action, throw to the outside is incomplete, but we get an injury on the field, or do we? That is a 2nd down incompletion, so it forces 3rd and 17. Fortunately, the player that dropped to the ground got up, still alive and kicking. Bunch formation. They've completed the 3rd down, but they've also thrown a pick in this play. They throw, step back, good, broken tackle. He gets a first down. He's at the 10-yard line. Mike St. Green, what a play by a constant force here in this Houston locker room. Look at this route, breaks the tackle, slips away from the defender, and the man coverage of Denver means that they're forced to catch the other receivers. And folks, we got 3 frames down, 1 frame to go. Put up your 4s, because after a dominating game in the first block, we have a close one tonight. Who will be more clutch between Denver and Houston? We get a first look at the shotgun split spread look by Houston. They're going to pitch it to the outside with a pulling guard, but that's going to go for a loss. 2nd and goal. 9 minutes 48 to go in the 4th quarter. Man, what a ball game. Houston now, bunch look. They're going to hand it to the outside. Here's an outside blitz by Denver, and they get to the running back after only a 3-yard gain. Baloo Scott will pick up 3, setting up 3rd and goal with 7 to go.
Back again, Mark. Appreciate you.
Welcome back, Chris.
The Headhunters knocking on the door. 24-26, or I'm sorry, 9:15 left in this fourth quarter. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Houston trying to find it. Take a 2-possession lead. Left side, it is caught! Touchdown again for DR Sim, his 3rd total touchdown of the game.
And I queued the top of this play, Chris, by asking who was going to be more clutch between Denver and Houston, and it's looking like Houston. Denver set the pressure to Lakeman. There was a hand that was half a feet away from his face, but he still lets the pass go. And who does he throw it to but the man who has a catch radius of 2 miles in DR Sim?
At least he has this game, for sure. 30-20, make it 31-20. Sonny J makes it a 2-possession score line for, well, it's going to be a 2-possession either way. 8 plays, 63 yards. Houston has a 2-possession lead in front of their home fans. They are 9 minutes and change away from potentially going on to Vancouver and the SFL semifinals. That is going to be caught and touched back in the end zone. Go ahead, Mark.
That is now, get this, that is 21 unanswered points by Houston.
Yeah.
21. This was a 20-10 ball game, and Denver has not scored since their field goal at around the 9-minute mark of the 3rd quarter.
Yep. And DR Sim having a Hall of Fame performance. One that they will remember in Houston if they come out with a win. This is going to be a run to the left side. And the question becomes, with 9 minutes left, how long do you go and continue to include the running game for Denver before they have to start airing it out with Trellis Blanton and try to make up some ground? He gets a couple yards there. I don't think the answer is yet, but it's coming. They got to put a drive together. That is through the middle. You can clearly tell, Mark, when the tide turned momentum-wise, it was that DR Sim 103-yard return. And
yeah, absolutely.
Houston just hasn't turned back.
Yeah, because after the Houston kickoff return touchdown by DR Sim, got a Denver punt, Houston punt, Denver punt, Houston touchdown, Denver punt, Houston touchdown, and now this throw.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Blanton's got to find a completion. Throws downfield. It's caught right in the middle of 5 headhunters is Michael Goodman, who's been all over the place. 1st and 10 for Denver.
A great catch on a great route, running across the field. That's how you beat the zone. Because as you run across the field, you'll eventually find an opening in there. And you got to credit Blanton seeing his receiver run across the field and put it at a spot that only he can catch it. 5 receptions, just north of 90 yards for Goodman in this football game. That's a toss play left side. O'Shaughnessy breaks through 1, can't break through 3. He's taken, actually, that's right, that was Mosley. He can't get through more than 3 yards. And here comes the Denver offense trying to make something happen. This 2nd and 7 needs to remain on schedule for them. Heavy set look. This feels like a run. They're going to move Kleineck out to a wide receiver position, top of your screen. Hand off through the middle for O'Shaughnessy. That is a nice run forward. 3rd and 2 for Denver. Key 3rd down against this 4th-ranked Houston 3rd down defense. And they need to make a 3rd down because they're not even in field goal range to cut it to 8 points.
Yes.
They need to make it here. They might pitch it to the outside. It's the same exact formation as the last play.
They are 6 for 15 on 3rd down. Got to have it. They got it. 1st down for R.E. Mills, the fullback. And that is going to move the chains at a key time for the Nightwings.
And this is a much-needed play from R.E. Mills. He has struggled, Chris. He has struggled on 3rd down. Prior to this play, in 6 carries, he's averaging 1.3 yards per play and terrible in the 3rd down spot. But this time, he makes a play and keeps their hopes alive.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. They'll move the tight end in motion. Kleineck moving to the left side. He'll run a route from there. In theory, if they pass. Blanton to the outside, screen game. O'Shaughnessy trying to fight his way through. He will roll forward and get 8 yards in the process. It's 2nd and 2. And Mark, I want to turn your attention to the fact that Denver only having the 2 timeouts left. It's looking more and more like that 3rd timeout that they lost in the challenge may come into play at this point of the ball game.
Absolutely. I'll wait till Trellis sneaks this in first.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. It's almost like you can read that play. Mark Lopez is the QB sneak prophet, and I will take no further questions at this time. 1st and 10.
It is a very good play, though, as one of the coaches in chat pointed out. You know, your quarterback is already at the line of scrimmage. Just run it forward.
Now they got to work on getting it downfield, getting it closer to the end zone. Inside of 5 minutes, 40 seconds left. Blanton to the outside. That's going to be an outside pass for Logan Keel. A 2-yard gain. There's not a lot there, but defensively, Houston is all over it. They are taking away the near side or the near, like within 10-yard pass plays. Talking about Houston. And that is a credit to their defense, but they're daring Denver to go deep on them.
Absolutely. And at least Denver have not been trying to go too deep. We've seen a couple of shallow passes and runs.
Yeah, a lot of running. Even at this point in the ball game, we're going to get down to 5 minutes, and they're still running the football down 11. They got to find a way and something that'll work otherwise.
Surely they're going to have to pass now, 3rd and long.
Yeah.
And I think you're at 4th down situation if you don't make it here.
7 for 16 on 3rd down. Chance for Blanton. Caught! 1st down and more down to the 12-yard line. What a grab! And that'll put them in good scoring range. It's 1st and 10.
A great play, great 3rd down conversion. But Chris, they still have to hurry up. The clock is ticking. They have under 5 minutes. They got to hurry up back on the line, set up a play that might be a single play to the end zone. Do not run this. I hope so.
That was Dylan Lewis on the catch. They got to get it in the end zone soon. Toss play, left side. If it's going to be a toss, they got to score it. Down to the 7-yard line. Good pursuit to the football. O'Shaughnessy goes down. 2nd and 4. Clock ticks away.
4 minutes. They need a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal. And at this pace, man, the sense of urgency just seems lacking.
Up the middle, trying to get their 1st and goal. 1st and touchdown. R.E. Mills drags Headhunters to the end zone to get it done. And they get the score with exactly 4 minutes left.
And despite getting a fullback dive and not being able to convert on those 3rd and short downs earlier in the 2nd quarter or 2nd half, Chris, he finally gets to the end zone in one play. A much-needed touchdown. They're going to go for it here for 2.
Yep, as they should. 2-point conversion makes it a 3-point game, and they're going to work. I would expect a run here. I would expect probably an O'Shaughnessy run if I'm a betting man. That is exactly what we get through the middle. Not going to happen. They will require a touchdown to end this game with a Denver victory. Houston is going to get this ball, and now, if you are Houston, you have turned the ball over 4 times in this football game. This needs to be a clean possession for Houston. If they get a clean possession, Mark Lopez, they are going to Vancouver.
Absolutely. They need a couple 1st downs, maybe even just one, depending on how much time they can bleed off the clock. They might need a couple here with 4 minutes to go. You got to also, going back to that play that stopped the 2-point conversion, it's Jason Peace. He has now racked up 8 solo tackles and 7 assisted tackles. That's about a total of 15 for the night he's been a part of. And he has been a part of one of the most important plays, stopping that 2-point conversion.
See how much they utilize DR Sim on this drive. If they lean on the Hall of Famer again, he may send them to the SFL semifinals. Ball at the 30-yard line.
They pass.
Lakeman, left side, incomplete. Well done by the safety. It stops the clock. It's Hatsis all over that pass.
I guess John Boy is freaking out right now, as early on he just said that if they pass, that he might freak out. Well, they did. You guys did pass, and I'm going to tell you to calm down. Don't freak out. you might run it in this next play.
2nd and 10. Got to utilize it.
Oh,
They'll pass
no.
again. Lakeman throws. It's caught. Clock will continue to go, so they'll be able to cut some timeout on that, but not as much as they would like. Daisy Peace, the tight end, with his first catch.
Well, this just means that we got another chance to see DR Sim make a clutch play to close this game out.
Biggest 3rd down of the season for Houston right here. Gotta have it. Lakeman looks, moves left, runs, first down! Clutch play for John Lakeman, and they move the chains close to midfield. Houston gets the first down they need.
Oh man, the zone was too high. There was just too much room at the bottom, at the top of the screen for Lakeman to run to, and you have one of the best scramblers in the league in John Lakeman, probably only 2nd to type attack in the rushing yard as a quarterback, and he makes a huge play.
Lakeman backs up again on 1st down, pump fake, pressure, sack. Clock continues to go though, and Houston's in no hurry.
They are not. As long as they don't throw a turnover, because looks like they've been passing it. Someone in chat said Houston and Denver are doing the opposite of what they should do. Houston needs to run their pass it.
Almost 400 total yards of offense for Houston in this football game, but really, if you're Houston, you're throwing this ball, you are going for the throat of Denver at this point. But do they make a run happen here? 2nd and 16. This will get us to the 2-minute warning. Either way, play clock at 6. They do play action. Lakeman left, throws left side. It's caught. DR Sim down the left sideline, keeps it in bounds to the 27-yard line.
Yep, it's their bread and butter. You put DR Sim as a slot receiver out of quads, roll out, play action. Look at the crosser route. DR Sim in the corner out of that crossing from the slot position, and he's wide open. Yeah, one of your fastest wide receivers with the best hands. Why leave him wide open?
2-minute warning. Houston knocking on the door of a semifinal berth. They are up by 5 points late in the 4th quarter. It's the SFL quarterfinals on the Virtual Football Network. 7 for 158 for DR Sim. This is where Denver would start to use those timeouts, Mark.
Absolutely.
Move Sim to the outside. Why not? He's been dynamite all day long. Toss play. Sosa taken down. Timeout taken by Denver. They have 1 remaining.
And in most other situations, the tackle for loss would be a positive for the defense. But unfortunately, it was, it's made inbounds, and they're forced to use a timeout. It hurts, despite it being a good play on other occasions.
Minute 55 to go. I formation. This should also be a run. And it is. Right side.
Wow.
Sosa, broken tackle.
Make that play.
He does make the play. They're at least at a second chance. They take their last timeout. 3rd down is going to be a chance for Houston to drain the clock after the snap. Regardless of what happens on this play, they'll be in field goal range as long as they avoid a turnover. Should be at about a minute left for Denver to move with no timeouts if everything goes according to plan for Houston. Handoff. Sosa, broken tackle, got it to the 23-yard line, and that is where the clock starts to tick away. Should be 1:03 at the end of the play clock.
I think it said field goal range. Not that they needed it, but this is going to force the touchdown to tie, not to win.
Correct. And that's only if they, was it a 5-point game right now?
Yep.
Yeah, it would be a touchdown to tie.
With a 2-point
and they would also need a 2-point conversion. Exactly. Yep. 40 yards for Sonny J. He's got to make the field goal. All important. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is on the way. And it is 34-26. Houston starting to get hype on the sideline. They are this close to a semifinal berth.
They can smell blood in the water. And this defense is going to start clamping up. If I was the defense, Chris, I would just stop anything from being thrown over us, keep everything in front of us.
absolute prevent defense for the Houston Headhunters for the rest of the football game. That's going to be a return. Broken tackle. Logan Keel gets it to the outside and gets out of bounds. Smart play. Makes it 1:03 to go. And they have it at the 26-yard line. 74 yards is what they need to do. That's smart from Logan Keel.
Yeah.
I don't think he has the angle to the outside there. He's going to get taken down towards the boundary anyway. So here comes Denver's offense. Their last gasp of the season. Got to find 8 points in the next 1:03. Trellis Blanton under center. He's got one behind him. And here we go. Season on the line for the Night Wings. Blanton backs up, throws, tipped off the helmet and incomplete. Positive note on that is Kleinik goes down. It was a clock stoppage anyway, so they can't penalize him for it. No big deal. But it only takes 3 seconds off the clock.
It still hurts this offense because Kleinik, he is their starting tight end.
Yes.
He has struggled all night, Chris. 6 targets, only 1 catch for 3 yards. Yep. He was a target there again.
2 to the right, 1 to the left for Denver. 2nd and 10. Got to complete this next pass. You know they're going to be passing it. Keel in motion off to the left. 5-step drop. Blanton, plenty of time. Throws. That one's caught. Down he goes. They got to no huddle it up. Here we go to the 42-yard line. 16-yard catch.
Do they spike it?
And do they spike it or do they run a play? They do spike it. 45 seconds to go.
They got a long way to go with 45 seconds. They have to split this. They have to be taking 45 seconds. Split this into 3 plays because you consider your spike. That means 15 seconds per play plus 3 spikes. Oh, man, that's a lot of yardage to make up for in 3 plays.
They've done it before in this game. Look for Michael Goodman. He's been their deep threat so far today. Blanton throws over the middle. That one is a catch. It's Jay Viper. Gets it over midfield to the 42-yard line. They're going to rush up. They're going to spike it again here to clock it with 34 seconds left is what they will have. They do have a couple realistic shots at this.
Absolutely. This is 42 yards. Split into 2 plays. You got to make 20 yards per play approximately, 21. So you got to actually target deep. Those short step backs for only a 10-yard gain, 11 yards might not cut it.
Blanton to throw again. Right side, it's incomplete. Clock stops. No need to spike it. 3rd and 10 here. .30 seconds left in this football game. Denver has 2 plays to get a first down. Three to the left, 1 to the right. Got to get it to the 32-yard line for a first down at least. Blanton looks, throws that way. It is incomplete. Wow. 1 play is all it's going to take. Houston defense, time for you guys to stand up.
Gonna give my flowers to Chris Henry there. What a coverage by the safety.
He's been all over the place today in the safety spot for the Headhunters. And what are they doing?
What? Fake?
What? They are faking left side, and it's caught! 1st and 10. Who has the football? It's Houston. What just happened?
Oh man, if you were gonna go for it, why throw a fake on the punt?
Why put the ball why put the game in the hands of your punter? What just happened? Oh, I'm sick. The Denver Night Wings just called a play to end their season that was a fake punt. Houston's going to take knees, and that is going to end this football game. I don't even know how to process that.
Wow, I mean, it's a call that's made by the coach.
That is one of the calls of all time.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. If I'm Denver, I am sick. This game is over. The big picture, Houston moves on and goes to play Vancouver in Vancouver. Denver, I feel for you. There's no way to tell what would have happened otherwise. But that is a coaching travesty. So let's call it that. But the end of the game is upon us. 34-26. Houston wins the football game, and they will move on to the semifinals to play Vancouver in Vancouver. Denver caps off an amazing season, and I'm not going to mention it anymore. It was an amazing season for Denver. Can't say anything more than that right now. Mark Lopez, your final thoughts.
Regardless of how it ended, Chris, you still got to give credit to Houston for putting themselves in the position where they are in right now. They were down 20-10 at the third quarter, at the beginning of the third quarter. And they go 24 points to 6 to close out the game. That's the type of mentality and, no give up attitude that you gotta be to stay in the playoffs. And they did it. Houston did it. Regardless of how this game ended, they still had to make the plays. They still had to be clutch, and they sure were. They sure were clutch.
They were. And you got to give credit to Houston for that. They were able to come back and make it happen. They were down as many as 10 points in the first half. They got the stop they got the score they needed at the start of the third quarter, and they came up with key stops when it mattered most. So the key win for Houston, and that DR Sim, definitely your player of the game. We will see you tomorrow for the rest of the quarterfinal play as we get closer and closer to the 25th SFL Championship. For Mark Lopez, Eddie Gage, Ron Haynes, Cameron Irvine, I'm Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night. We will see you tomorrow for more.